Okay, I've wanted to post this video for a while, and I hope I have time to complete it today. So, the last time I tried, the sun was out real, it was just blinding, it's just like, so, anyway, I decided to wait till it was a little more overcast. This video was originally going to be titled, Will Donald Trump turn out to be the Antichrist? But I decided to change the title to Antichrist Hair, so that way it's pretty much a direct response to one of Martin Zender's videos that he did a couple of weeks ago. And the crux of the video, he talked about how there are some evangelical Christians that are just, they have their panties in a twist now because they think Gavin Newsom is going to run against Trump, and Gavin Newsom has the same hairstyle as the guy who plays the Antichrist in the Left Behind movies. Yeah. So, anyway, Martin talked about how that was, ridiculous, and that Trump is the most likely candidate for the Man of Lawlessness. And I agree that he's the most likely candidate that we know about. And listen, look, the people that I talk to in the body of Christ, we all love Trump, okay? Why? Because as long as we're stuck on this rock, we want, freedom to do what we want, and we want the government out of our business. So, he's the only one that's really pushing that. And, of course, the peace deals in the Mideast and all of that make him a likely candidate. But I think there's somebody that maybe even more likely, someone we don't know about. Now, if you know anything about Q, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't, briefly, back in 2017 in the fall, some anonymous poster started posting things on 4chan calling himself Q. And posting certain things for people to research and look up, and people started researching these things and looking them up, and just found all the way that the politicians and the news media and the celebrities have just done absolutely horrible criminal things, breaking the law. We've got felonies, we've got treason, we've got human trafficking, we've got crimes against humanity, we've got genocide. It just goes on and on and on. But anyway, so this person is not really a person. They came out and said, look, this is a team of people. I think it's like more than 5, but less than 10. Only 2 are non-military. All right, well, one of the non-military people is purported to be Trump. And he allegedly always signed the things he posted Q+, and sometimes you see him doing that in the at rallies or whatnot. Now, the other person, the person who is purported to be in charge of the Q information drops, is allegedly JFK Jr. Now, I know what you're saying. I know. Come on, Colin. JFK Jr. died back in 1999. He was in a plane crash. Yes, but they never recovered a body, did they? And he certainly wouldn't be the first person in history to fake his own death. And there are some compelling things and evidence that I've seen that it does make you go, For instance, there was a Trump like super fan named Vincent Fuchsia or Fusca or something like that. Anyway, this kind of disheveled guy with a beard and this funny hat and whatnot, and they interviewed him and whatever. And you would see him at rallies. They'd take pictures of him or whatnot. And sometimes at the rallies, he looked like the original guy in the first video, and sometimes he didn't. It was like somebody was dressing up like him. And when you take those pictures and you line up the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, the chin, the ears, everything lines up perfectly with JFK Jr. There is a Trump campaign video I've seen where they pan out to the audience and they show certain people in the audience, and there's this profile of this one guy, and if you take the nose and, you know, the nose kind of goes like this, but if you say, wait a minute, that could be Hollywood prosthetics, if you take that away and you take the beard off, it's like, that's JFK Jr. right there. You can tell. It's you know. So, now I'm not saying whether I believe it or not. I'm just saying the evidence is compelling, okay? But think about that. He'd be perfect. I mean, not only does he have Antichrist hair, but as popular as Trump is, there is still an element of the population that absolutely despises him, and no matter what he does, they're going to hate him. The guy could go out and cure cancer tomorrow, and they'd still despise him. JFK Jr. was loved by everyone. Everyone. Both sides of the aisle. Republicans, Democrats, didn't matter. They loved him. They watched him grow up. You know, they watched him saluting his father's casket like that. Okay? And he would be... See, Gavin Newsom, the problem with Gavin Newsom is he's hated even more than Biden. You know, Biden at least elicits a sympathy vote. You know, there are people that are like, well, I hate him, I know he's a traitor, I know he's wrecked the economy, and I know he's probably fooled around with his daughter in the shower, but he reminds me of my grandpa, when my grandpa had Alzheimer's, so I feel sorry for him, I'm going to vote for him. Gavin Newsom doesn't have any of that. He's just a slick-ass politician, you know, and people can see right through that. So, I don't see them running Gavin against Trump. It's just, it would be a mistake on their part. I think Biden would have a better chance of being reelected than them electing Gavin Newsom. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. JFK Jr. would be, he would be the slick politician, but he would also come across as completely genuine and caring. So I think he would be able to unite more people even than Trump has. So we'll see. The problem I have, though, with this theory of mine is the fact that the thing I can't reconcile is the fact that even possessed by a demon, I can't see JFK Jr. ascending the temple and declaring himself to be God. It's just, I mean, even if it was just some kind of horrible, demonic, celestial creature inhabiting his body, it would still raise too many red flags. He did that, and people would go, what the hell is he doing? That's not in his character. What's up with that? I can totally see Trump doing it. Demon-possessed or not, it's totally in his character to do that, you know. It's not a stretch of the imagination at all. That's right, that's right. You thought I was God. You were right the whole time. What can I say? I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to let any cats out of the bag, but it's true. It's true. I can't deny it anymore. It's true. I created the universe in 6 days. That's all it took. 6 days. Do you believe it? Just 6 days. Things were a lot quicker back then, a lot easier, a lot faster. There was no bureaucratic red tape. Now, thanks to the Democrats and crooked Joe Biden, if I wanted to create the universe today, it would take a lot longer. A lot longer. It's an absolute disgrace. It's very sad.